I went from being so low and so depressed and so panicked and so scared to clear and so happy, and so that I almost couldn't handle it. Believe this. I just don't believe this. This is like, what the? And it was like being shocked. Like I felt, and the thing that I use is I felt like a diver who'd come up and had the bends. You know, that's weird. And then, you know, and then waiting for it to come back. You know, every day kind of going, oh, okay, well, I got another day. Well, I got another week. Just not sure that it was going to stick, you know. But the more I study, you know, what we're doing, I go, well, I got something in my body that isn't working right, and this helps it. If I keep doing this, you know, and if I do a little sneak of dairy, I get a couple of little spots. Charlie, who's bad, eats. He'll go out and buy cheese. He doesn't do it very often, but he'll go and buy cheese, and then he eats a whole whack of cheese. Guess what happens the next day? His whole face is covered with psoriasis. But it can clear up. He puts the magnesium chloride on it. It's gone in a couple of days. But it just shows you what dairy does. It's that fast. Now, my body is so clean of dairy that I just put a little bit of dairy in, and it's like, bing, bing, a couple of little spots. Like that.
Yep.
It's weird.
So how long did you have psoriasis for?
30, 40, 50, 60. Okay, hold on. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 45 years, over 45 years. 48.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah, and you said something earlier about you not being able to admit you had psoriasis. Why is that?
There's shame. Because people look at you, like when I first had it, I you know, it wasn't that bad, but I had it on my ankles and I wore shorts. And I ran into an old friend that I hadn't seen, who, you know, I didn't, like someone who, from Fort St. John, where I came from. And she looked at my legs and she said, what's that? And I said, oh, it's psoriasis. And she goes, ew. And that was the end of shorts. I covered up. I covered up because people look at you. If you go to a swimming pool, they look at you like you're contagious. They look at you like it's ugly. It's ugly. I mean, you know, you see people with acne on their face, and you know, you go, okay, well, it's acne, and you don't. I don't know. There's something. I don't know why, but I guess if it's really bad, you kind of are repulsed. But there's something about having a skin rash on your body that's scaly and thick and, you know, ugly, and people, they just kind of go, ooh. So it's horrible. Right. So you hide yourself, and you don't want to admit it. I mean, I couldn't talk about it. I could not talk about it. I couldn't talk about it. Maybe to my closest friend, I could say, I would, you know, say, well, you know, I have this skin condition, you know, remember.
And you started, like you just mentioned earlier, that you went and went to the place where you were getting the UV treatment or whatever. How long have you been trying treatments for it, and how many treatments did you try? And you know,
what do you mean? How many different treatments?
Yeah.
Well, after
is it relatively recent that you know, went looking for a solution?
Oh God, no. I tried every snake oil out there. You probably need to be the person asking the questions. You need to ask questions.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I know, but I'm thinking, if you have me and Charlie, you need to ask questions. We need somebody who doesn't know about this to ask questions, because I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I drove 1,000 miles up north to a native guy who was doing stuff at the University of Alberta for some native herb that turned out to be on the side of the road. You know, you could find it just about anywhere up the highway. and make tea and drink it and put it on my skin. And I mean, I spent thousands of dollars on remedies, and I had injections. This was hospital. This wasn't, I went and got injections of steroid cortisone into the plaques, and it was so painful. It was just awful, and it's terrible for you anyway, and then you can only use cortisone for a short period of time, or it thins your skin, and then at a certain point you can't use it anymore, and then you stop using it and it just flies back. And then these guys brought in this stuff that was supposed to be a cure, right? And of course it did. It just cleaned up your skin, but it was a heavy duty cortisone that just came back way worse than when it was before. So it was just like, oh yeah, you try everything, you try everything, and then you just lose hope.
And you've tried all the stuff that they sell, that from the pharmaceuticals, like the creams and whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. $100 for a little tube, that's, and we got it cheap because it's worse in the States. It's gonna be $600 for a tube of this stuff that didn't really do that much,
Okay, and so you came across this protocol or this person reporting on this protocol on the National Psoriasis website about 9 months ago?
Yeah, well, it would be just over 9 months ago, because I found it out in the when I found it, then I had to order the stuff. I had to have it UPS to my house, because at first, because I didn't know I could go down to the States and get it. I could get it sent to Bellingham and cross the border and go get it. But yeah, I had it UPS.
So you ordered the ingredients, and then you started using it. And how long did it take for you to notice a benefit from the first time you started doing the protocol?
4 days.
4 days, and you'd had it for over 40 years. And then so it just
I could get cleared with UVB. Now I would go to see. I was hospitalized in my late 20s for psoriasis. It was that bad. So they use tar and anthralin, which stains your skin and stains every piece of clothes. You have to notice I wear a lot of black. That's from those days. I wore black because it didn't wreck black things.
Okay, so you got your results in 4 days, or a benefit in 4 days. How long did it take for it to quote unquote clear up entirely? Because you're free of it now, right? 6 weeks. So you use the protocol consistently. Is it a daily thing, a weekly thing? How often do you do the protocol?
Every day.
Every day. Okay, for 6 weeks, and 6 weeks cleared it up entirely.
Entirely.
And so now it's been about 9 months after doing the 6 weeks, and you've been basically free of it since then, except when you take a little bit of dairy, you'll notice a small reaction.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And pretty much the same story for Charlie.
Totally different story for Charlie.
But